What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Fish Aquatics. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to apply aquarium backgrounds like this black background and this frosted background with the use of window tint. Now, I first got this idea when I purchased some of this blackout window tint because my wife works nights and I needed to put something on the windows to black out the room. So I applied some of this to our bedroom windows and I thought, man, that would work really good on an aquarium as a background. So I tried it out, and as you can see on this tank, and I'll show you the other two tanks I have here in my fish room, it worked really well. So I went out and got some frosted aquarium background because I wanted to do this DIY lighting kit like you can see on this aquarium right here. I got a backlight installed there, and that worked out really well also. So I figured I would make this video to show you guys how to do it, so that way you guys can do that too, and get nice backgrounds on your aquariums. Now these come in all different colors, but the only ones that I have are the frosted background and the black one. So for the purpose of today's video, I'm going to be putting black backgrounds on my 5.5 gallon quarantine tanks. So basically all you need for this is the background, a spray bottle with some water, and either a pair of scissors or a razor blade. So I'm going to go ahead and take down one of my quarantine tanks. We'll take it out in the other room and I'll show you how to put it on. It's super fast, super easy, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time to do it. So let's get doing it. Alright, so I've got my quarantine tank drained and laid down on its side. Now the one thing you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure that you clean the outside of this glass very well before you attach your window tint to it, because that's going to allow it to give it the best adhesion. Also, it's going to make it look very nice and clean. So make sure you wipe this down with either some Windex or any kind of glass cleaner. Make sure you don't get that inside of your aquarium, only on the outside. So what you're going to want to do at this point is measure your glass. So I've got 16 inches by about 8 3/4. So basically what we need to do now is we need to take our window tint and cut it out to 16 by 8 3/4. Now, convenient for this material, it comes with a grid line pattern on the backside, so it's very easy to measure out and cut this with nice straight lines because you have lines to guide you. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and we'll get it back in place here. Alright guys, so our glass is nice and clean. I've got my window tint cut out to the size that we need it. So what we're going to do now is apply it. It's super easy to do this. So basically what we're going to do is you want to make sure that you get your glass wet. This is just water. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to apply a liberal amount of water on here. And then we're going to take our window tint. We are going to separate it from the backing. And then we are just going to lay it in place. So the point of the water, it makes it very easy to maneuver it to get it into the correct location. Okay, it's about where I want it. And then from there, if you have any air bubbles or anything like that, you're going to use a credit card or some kind of card. I'm using my Pet Supplies Plus card, and you're just going to smooth it out. And what this is going to do is it's going to take all those air bubbles and push them out, and you'll probably notice water dripping down the other side. Now this is going to give it good adhesion and make it so that your background doesn't move around. And then the last thing you want to do is you want to make sure you dry up any excess water that has come out of the ends. You can see I've got some water right there, because that water could work its way back up under the film and you would get some air pockets. So you want to make sure you dry up as much of that water as you can. flatten out any bubbles that may have come up while you were getting rid of all of that. And then you're good to go. So there's your black aquarium background. You can see it in there. Looks very nice. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to set that tank back up, get water back in it, and set up the quarantine again. Alright guys, so here is the tank after it's been filled. Now obviously this tank doesn't look amazing or anything. It is a quarantine tank. It has its intended purpose. But as you can see, the background is nice and clean, nice and stall. There is a little bit of bubbles on the glass from me filling the tank back there, but as you can see there's no air bubbles on the background in between the window tint and the glass. And overall it looks pretty good. So I want to show you a quick little video of another one of my tanks that I installed this on with black substrate and plants, and that's in the Crebensis fry tank. So check that out here. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the install. As you can see, it's a very easy background to install in your aquarium. Window tint is very easy to find. I'll provide links in the description down below for the blackout tint that I used, as well as this frosted tint that you can see in this aquarium here. One thing I am going to caution about is there's probably some of you that watch this video that are going, I could probably install that really easy on a tank that's already been set up and is established. And I'm going to let you know right now that it is not as easy as you would think it would be. Trying to spray down the glass and adhere this background, you could see while I had it laying on the table, it slipped around quite a lot. It took me 2 people and about an hour and a half to get this one installed, and it's still not quite on there the way I would really like it. But it is on there, it looks okay, so I'm probably not going to mess around with it too much more. But this is definitely something you're going to want to do before the tank is actually set up, or if you're in between tearing down a tank and resetting it back up, that's when you're going to want to do this. But those are just my thoughts on it. It does come out really clean looking, it does look really nice. So like I said, links for those in the description down below. And you can obviously see it doesn't take very long. At the beginning of this video you may have noticed I put a Sarah ONIP tab in this aquarium, and it's still here, it's right there. So it doesn't take long at all, maybe a minute to install it. But since I talked about the ONIP tabs, I'll leave a link here if you're interested in knowing what those are. Or if you're interested in this DIY backlighting kit, I'll leave a link right here so you guys can watch that as well. If you're looking for a different method of applying a background, I also did a video on Plastidip, which is a rubberized coating that you can spray onto the back of your aquarium. I really like that as well. So if you guys want to see a video on that, link right here. So thank you guys for watching Trafish Aquatics. As always, links for medicines and fish foods and filters and equipment in the description down below. And I will see you guys in the next video.